let's just get all the way into episode 6, A Happy Medium. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing? Ray of Sunshines. We are reviewing Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 3, Episode number 9, A Happy Medium. If it's your first time visiting my channel, welcome. Go ahead, click that red subscribe button so you can be a ray of sunshine. And everybody, right now, click the notification bell so you're alerted of everything that I do. Lives, reviews, etc., etc., etc. So, when the episode opened, we started with what we left off last week. Monique and Robin going toe-to-toe about what was said about her accident and her drinking problem. Honey, she acted like she was finna get in Robin's ass, but Robin was like, let me see. Hit me, let me see. Show me, I want to see. Bitch, you ain't gonna do nothing. She was like, I'm just saying, show me. Don't threaten me with a good time and you don't show up. Because, bitch, you was probably gonna get dragged. I like you, Monique, and everything, but Robin would have drugged your ass all through the Potomac streets, okay? Sirens everywhere. Talking about, I wasn't gonna hit her first for her to press charges on me and for her and Juan to be living up in my house. Oh, okay, you wasn't gonna hit her first because she was gonna knock you the fuck out with the next hit. I'm just saying, though. Y'all don't agree with me? Too bad, because you know it's the truth. Y'all seen what she looked like. And it appeared that Giselle and Robin were a little upset that Charisse was coming to the defense of Monique, saying that actually Robin was provoking her. Well, honestly, I really think that Robin should learn, her and Giselle should learn to kind of mind their own business. Like, shut the fuck up. Because none of this would have happened if Robin didn't feel like it was necessary to check on Monique when they were in Nemacolin. I don't know if you thought it was real concern or not, but I didn't think it was real concern. I thought it was bullshit, her being messy and stirring the pot, the witch's brew. Boil, boil, toil and trouble. Okay. So then we see Candace, and Candace and her boo are out feeding the fish, right? And Candace is like, this is a great moment away from mom. Like, I needed a break from Momzilla. Well, baby, that's your mama. You love her. And really, honestly, how much of your mother are you? Sometimes I hear my mother's voice come out of my mouth. Sometimes I see her in the mirror. Sometimes a picture shows on Facebook and they be like, do you want to tag? And then they say my mother. And I be like, this is not my mother. It is Talisa Rae. Anyway, so they sit and they talk about Candace's soon-to-be bonus children and how she had not just divulged with Miss Dorothy that Chris had a third child. Miss Dorothy only thought he had 2 young children from his first marriage. Not that he had a 14, almost 15-year-old that he had some time ago from a girl that he was dating that he does not see, who she will not allow him to see, who he has not seen in 9 years. And so she was feeling some kind of way about not sharing that information with her mother and knowing that it was something that she needed to share. Now, listen, I think that she built it up too much. Like, this is your relationship. She went on, and it was funny how she talked about, I'm already bringing a man that is he's divorced, right? He already has 2 children, and he's white. Now I'm finna spring on the third. Like, what does it matter about what your mother says? You really want her approval, Candace. And sometimes you got to understand what you want and what's best for you. Take the advice of other people, listen to them, but choose what information you're going to hold on to and which information you're going to thank them for their concern. Because this is one of those things. You've already made the decision. You need to tell your mother. So then we see that Mama's there and they go to Chris's restaurant. And, you know, she talks about how her mother likes barbecue, all this barbecue, but she gets a salmon salad. So that she could tell her mother about Chris's third child. And what we see is that really Miss Candace is super sensitive, honey. She cried at the drop of her head. I don't want to cry, but I'm going to cry. I don't want to cry, but I'm going to cry. I'm emotional. I'm sensitive. Sensitive people go one way or the other. You got to watch them. Be careful. I'm telling you because I'm sensitive and I know from experience. Say the wrong thing, I might cry. Say the wrong thing, I might curse your motherfucking ass out. I'm just telling you the truth. Anyway, so to Candace's surprise, Miss Dorothy was very supportive, very receptive of the things that she had to say about Chris's son that she didn't know about. And she said, well, some things you just have to go ahead and say. Some things you have to divulge. Some things you can't be afraid because we stick together. And maybe, you know, she was very comforting for the most part and did put on her therapist hat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that that's probably a problem with people who have moms or dads as therapists. They're always therapying them. That's not the word. Analyzing them. I don't know the word. You know the word? Tell me the word. But that's what they're counseling them. They're always giving them as if they're one of their clients. They're always looking at them and dissecting them. Ha! There's the word. I found it. I mean, when Chris came in, he was like, you know, she didn't want to tell you and she was having a hard time with it. And now she did. I hope you don't look at me differently. Blah, 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 blah. And she was like, no. Maybe in the future you have to put a good foot forth. And maybe in the future that'll change. That you'll be able to have time and spend time with your son. And that he'll accept you. But the thing is with that, you got to go ahead and make the effort. And I understand that the mama talking about she going to call the police. Well, you call a lawyer. You call some counseling, some kind of help, something that will help you get your legal right to see your child. Now, you understand that you will be paying child support if you don't pay child support already, Chris. But you can get in there and get your son and get a chance to see your son and build a relationship with him. At first, he may be looking at you sideways like, who the fuck is you? You ain't been around. But listen, that can all change with time. Little by little, growth by growth, go find you a fucking lawyer so that you can get your parental right, your paternal right to see your child. Take care of your child. Spend time with your child. Okay? All right. I'm going to leave Robin for last because I was really moved by Robin. So we see Karen briefly, you know, after the blow up at Centertainment, at Karen's event, Monique felt it necessary that she drive 2 hours to go see Miss Karen with her daughter. Because, you know, I don't have no nanny. Bitch, a lot of people ain't got no nannies. We take our kids everywhere we go. What? What's the problem? Huh? Sit down. Here's a toy. Have a snack. Don't touch nothing. Everything's white in here in Miss Karen's house. Okay? That's what you tell your children. Anyway, we're not privileged or privy to that type of, I don't know, lifestyle. So when she goes over there with the intent to apologize to Karen for the behavior that she had at her event. And she says, well, you could tell I was provoked, right? I was provoked. No, bitch, you were a ticking time bomb. You were ready to start the fireworks. You had been waiting patiently. You shouldn't have been egged on to discuss it in front of a group because it always becomes a problem. It was originally Ashley, but she wasn't responding the way that you wanted her to. And so, Robin, you know you can get a rise out of, you went on and attacked her. Okay? Okay. But anyway, I'm glad that she went to apologize. That was the grown-up thing for her to do. But while she was there, we found out that she was doing an event or doing a fundraiser for the victims of Hurricane Harvey back in Houston or Texas. Is it Houston? It's been so long. But that she wanted to be a part of the efforts and she wanted to get all the girls together and have them donate. But what had just happened, she didn't know if it was a good idea or not. And that was pretty much what we saw of Miss Karen in her life, which is good. And then let's talk about Miss Giselle, honey. Miss Giselle went into the salon to get her color highlighted and her hair color lifted. But you know, it's something about going to your stylist. I miss you, Quanta. It's something about going to your stylist that makes you want to open up. It's like going to the therapist. They are like therapists, okay? They like going to the bar and sitting with the bartender that you know forever. And for some reason, you get in a chair and you start spilling your guts. It's because you build a rapport with them. They're in your hair. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't... I know the women understand what I'm saying when I talk about them being in your hair and rubbing in your hair. That's a real intimate, close, relational act. So, of course, you're going to confide in them. Of course, they become some of your very best friends. Yes? So, she starts to talk about how she's overwhelmed and she feels like, do I always have to be Superwoman? Everything is always on my plate. Baby, she sounds like a true Virgo right there. If you're a Virgo, you know what I'm talking about. It seems like everything is our responsibility and that we carry everything. We have to learn to prioritize and give other people other shit to do because it's real life. That's who we are. And you can tell really the one thing that's probably bugging her the most is probably the relationship with Sherman. It's not as in the forefront as it was anymore, and he's not communicating like he used to be, and she wants the support. Like, if you have the support of somebody being concerned for you, y'all know that's my favorite thing to say. I want somebody to be concerned for me. If you're concerned about me, checking on my well-being, seeing how I'm doing, it makes you feel better. Not that I'm asking for your assistance, just so that someone can hear me and I can offload, not even offload, but just discuss and hear somebody else's thoughts and opinions about what's going on in my life. Like, especially when it comes to a close partner. But anyway, she takes a moment and she cries because it gets to her. And really, we are very sensitive, very emotional, very connected, very loyal. And so you start feeling kind of foolish. I know they ain't made it like that's what it was, but baby, that's what it was. And when he said to her, you got to stop thinking so hard on everything, Giselle. You got to stop thinking so hard, the analytical mind. I still like Giselle. I think she's just a tad bit too messy, and probably the reason I like her is because she's a Virgo. I do need her to get her whole life together, because we did see her briefly at the event just drop her little water off or her little donations off and went on about her business. Didn't say goodbye, didn't say hello. That is a Virgo trait too. When we don't want to fuck with you, we don't want to fuck with you, but we will support you. Like, it's the stupidest shit ever sometimes. And so since I'm talking about Monique's event, we're at Monique's event, and she is collecting donations, like I said, for Hurricane Harvey. And all the ladies show up, including Ashley, who, you know, she has an issue with, right? And including Giselle, who is not really feeling Monique in this moment. But there was Karen was there. Sharice was there, and Sharice had rallied the troops for her, all her people. You know, Sharice is who you want to know. That's why they ain't let her go, because it's just Sharice's shit. She just can't be in the forefront right now because of her, I keep saying it, her personal issues, okay? Somebody told me that. I'm regurgitating it. It really makes sense. Y'all like, I hate when people point and I'm pointing at y'all. Like, no. So then there was Miss Ashley, and Miss Ashley met Miss Monique for lunch or dinner or whatever at some French restaurant, and they came in. She came in and sat down, and Monique looked very stoic when she came in. Hey, how you doing? They gave a little hug, the little fake facetious hug that you give one another when, you know, you got some kind of beef, but you need to talk about it. So they sit down, and she said, well, you know, what do you want to talk about? She said, well, let me let you order first. Let me get your food together. Now, the one thing that I did like about the situation is that it was just the two of them, just the two of us. We can make it if we try. So it was just the two of them having the conversation about what was going on. Like, they needed to hash it out. And I mean, I say it all the time. If you want to have a real conversation, it just needs to be the two of you, not 15 people around you that's going to egg somebody on. You know, sometimes you do got to bring a witness, but you don't need a whole bunch of witnesses, because that's how shit gets blown up. I say it all the time. Anyway, as they have their grown woman conversation, Monique says to her how she did not appreciate her saying she had 4 margaritas, how she is tarnishing her name because she works with children, and that she, you know, wasn't drinking and driving. Buzz driving is drinking and driving. We have all done it. We've had a drink. We've had too many drinks, and we have all done it in a time in our life. Are we proud of it? No. Ashley was also doing the same damn thing. So, I mean, she couldn't say nothing. Was she better than her because she didn't have an accident? No, she just was fortunate that particular day. Anyway, they seem to have hashed things out, right? And you see Ashley talking about something, well, you know, Monique know the truth. Monique just told you her truth. Like, Ashley. Let's talk about Miss Robin, honey. Miss Robin. So, when we first see them, we find out they are vegan. You know, they're still a family unit, though they're not married, Juan and Robin. Y'all know that already. But she talks about how he saw a documentary about meat, which I'm sure a lot of us heard some stuff. Like, I won't watch it because I'm going to eat meat until I don't feel like it no more. Don't be trying to push your values on me. And so that's how I felt. Like, I just felt like he came in and said, we doing this. And she just said, okay, like, is that what you wanted to do? You could have been like, you and the boys do that. I'm going to still eat me a little chicken, a little fish, a little something. But I feel like she just jumped on board with it. But then again, maybe she really was all for it. Y'all think she was all for it? Y'all think she was with it? Let me know down below in the comments. But more importantly, during this conversation, she mentioned how she wanted to see a medium. that she wanted to, one, address Juan's issue. We just found out that Juan's dad is not his dad. I felt that Color Purple scene. Never mind. That his mother had actually had a fleeing, I don't know if they said she didn't know who the daddy was, or she did know who the daddy was, or wasn't sure, but never told anyone, and married Juan's father, who he knew as his father, you know, and let Juan believe that that was his dad, which he had known all this time until up into about a year ago, which would probably be like, what, 2 years for us? And that they're building a relationship, and, you know, she wanted to get some closure with her, for him with that, and wanted to see if the best friend or the good friend Earl was feeling remorseful, or why he was feeling like he was feeling to take their money from him, from not just him, come to find out, like his sisters and cousins and brothers and you know, family, friends, you know, it wasn't just her. Like, he was really a low down dirty dog when they put it all in perspective, okay? Like, damn, nigga, you was a shyster. So Justin, the median, comes over. Now, when I see Justin, y'all know I'm a little sensitive in the spirit. I don't know if you know that. You know that now. I'm a little sensitive in the spirit. Like, I have really great discernment. Let me tell it. Sometimes I don't use it. Sometimes I ignore it. But when he walked up, something in my spirit was like, oh, he might know a little something. He looked like you know, he's about business. Like, he carries a lot of energy with him. You know, we work on energies. That his energy was really good. Okay. So when he goes into the house, help me out. Robin sits down and Juan comes in. And as they were talking, right, as he was sitting there, I just got an overwhelming feeling that I wanted to see a medium, like to see if Greg was around or if Greg had anything to say to me. Greg is my late husband, y'all, if y'all don't know, if you're new to me. He's my late husband, but it had me in my feelings. Like, maybe I wanted to see, the reason I can't move on is because I have questions, which I do have questions. I have lots of questions. Anyway, and so as they sat there and Justin started to reveal things about their families, about Juan's family, that there was a woman there and her name was Nita. And, you know, though you could Google her and stuff, he knew details about her that maybe people didn't know. I mean, I felt it in my spirit. I felt the genuineness behind their reaction to Justin and what they were saying. You know what I'm saying? And then when they got to Earl, you know, first off, if Nita, he was like, if Nita was living, you wouldn't know. She would never have told you that your dad is not your dad. And that the father, who he knew as his biological father, or as his father figure, or whatever we want to call it now, who we knew, he had a feeling, but he wasn't really sure, but he loved him all the same. And then we found out that Earl was still a shyster. Because when he said that he jumped off a bridge, like, I didn't know that, I couldn't have Googled that the best friend had jumped off, or the good friend had jumped off the bridge because he had so much going on, and that he was content now. That kind of threw us all aback. You saw Robin's face. So I was really happy with it. I actually had tears with them. I actually felt it in my spirit with them. Did y'all believe the medium reading? I did. Let me know down below in the comments. And so then they give us snippets of what we can expect, honey, from the Real Housewives of Potomac. And it's about to get real fucking juicy. Like, we are not going to want to miss not a single solitary episode at all. Do you hear me? Like, we need to all be in the TV like this. And say, what now? What? Who did what when? Ooh, baby. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 3, Episode number 9. A happy medium. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not already. A ray of sunshine. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll see you on the next video.